Now this is the demo of the system we will develop in this video. Okay, this is CRUD applications: create, retrieve, update and delete. So we have an application student inside our virtual environment and we add the student. Okay, student is Asad and email is asad@gmail.com and we add it. This is the add and we update it. We update Asad, Ali and Asad, Ali, updated Asad Ali and Asad Ali. Now if I add new and I have Akram and Akram at hotmail.com and I add it. This is the list and I delete it. It will ask, I will ask yes. Okay, this will be deleted and delete it. This time I select no, it will not delete. And if I delete this, yes, and it will delete all, and we add the new. We add the new from here. So this is the application and this is the code. First, the sequence is, first we created model. Okay, model, this profile model where name and email are stored. Okay, and after this we have URL set. Okay, today we will learn about Django, a web development framework for Python, and we will create a small application, CRUD application, create, retrieve, update and delete operations. I have created the virtual environment and named environment site. So we will see how to create a project, how to create an app, how to create models, how to create views. So it is there are different views and CRUD functions, how URLs work. Okay, how we will see how views are separate, HTML is separate and code is separate. Okay, code is separate and HTML is separate. We will see this, and then we create the app. The app is independent of the project. So what is the difference between project and an app? Project is a big thing. A project contains 10, 20, 30 apps. Okay, maybe it contains 10, 20, 30, 50 apps, and every app is independent and you can use an app in multiple projects. So project has applications, apps, web apps. Okay, and this app is platform independent because Python is platform independent and it can be used in any platform. And creating the applications, you know that Python has a lot of developers and community. Okay, there are a lot of libraries available for numerical analysis, for scientific calculations, for statistical calculations, for to produce the outputs okay, and to model the things, to train the models, Python, train the models in data science, and to write the algorithms, and it is object oriented, okay, it is created, these modules are object oriented, class based, okay. So these apps are reusable, and you can just make an app and put in another project and run the app. It is very easy to develop applications, rapid application development, okay. So you develop applications rapidly. Rapid application development means you only create a model, and then from that model you just create two commands, migrations, and you migrate that, and then you create the required URLs, and create the views, and pass the IDs to update and retrieve, update, delete, view, search, okay. These operations are there, right? So very easy to write application rapidly, right? It is very good framework. After WordPress, this is a kind of Laravel, right? So Laravel or new applications, all the new applications are based on this kind of methodology, that views are separate, okay. Model view controller, and there is a difference. Model view controller is something like coupling is not easy, and modification is not easy, and there are a lot of load on models in MVC. But here in Django we have a different kind of model, where there are no such problems, and you have platform independent application, and an application is like you can fit with any project, right? So we will create now the project. We have created the virtual environment, right? Virtual directory or virtual environment. We will create the project, and then create inside the project an app, and we will create a model. Now we see how to create the project. We have Visual Studio Code Editor, and we are on the terminal, right? You can use CMD on Windows, okay. And we have created an env site, virtual environment, and we create we write, to create the project, we write Python manage.py start app, okay. So we will create first the project, right? Not app. So for that we have Django, okay, Django admin, and we have start project school, okay, start project school. So this will create a project school inside our virtual environment. So that has been created, okay. Now we create, if we refresh, you see this school, this is school, right? And we see this, we will see this, right? Then we will have, we will go to this directory school, okay, and we will have Python manage.py start app. We will create the app, right? And we will create a simple app student information, right? For the simple app student to learn, okay. So this is student app, So student app has been created. If we refresh, you see this student app inside school. We have these files: admin for the administration, apps for the applications, models for the database models, tests for the testing purposes, and views for the HTML views. Okay, so we code in the views, we code in the apps, we code in the admins, and init.py means this is a package. Student is a package. This works as a package. And in the school we have ASGI. Okay, so it is interface settings.py, where we installed apps and all that settings. We set the settings. Okay, settings.py. We have urls.py, where we'll store the URLs. We will store the URLs in the app level also, and we will have templates at app level. Okay, templates, HTML templates, right? We will see that. Now we create the model first. Okay, now we will create models. Models are tables. Okay, tables in the database called migrations. Okay, so we will have a class here, and accordingly a table will be created in the database. So we will write class, and we will write profile, and we will write models.model. This is inheritance. Okay, this is inheritance. This profile class will inherit the model class. Okay, so we will have name is equal to models dot character field, and max length is, for example, 50 characters for the name. And we have email is equal to models dot character field, max length is 200 characters. Okay, now we have a define to convert the string. We have str, we have self object. Self means this object. This means this object of this class will return self dot name, and this is for self dot email also. Now we have this. We have to set the, if we go to apps.py, there is student config, this class. Okay, so we have to use in the settings, we have to input here student dot apps dot, and we paste the class here. Okay, so this will recognize, now the project will recognize that this project is inside this app is inside this project. Okay, now we save this all and we run the migration. Okay, run the migrations profile. Okay, migrations student. Okay, now this make migrations will create model profile, but this will not create anything unless we provide another command that is called migrate. This will create the table. Okay, so you will see a migration will be created and table will be created in, okay, student 003 auto this number, okay, one thing, and now the table has been created. Okay, and migrations, this admin, auth, content type, session, student, these are all created before. Okay, so these are all tables which are created by default by the system to create the super users, to log in, to make the administration in the admin panel. We are using a CRUD application for the user interface, for the users, for the teachers, not for the administrators. This CRUD application is at the will work at the user end. Okay, so if we see the model is, we have two fields. A table will be created named profile and with the name and email columns. Now we will input using forms. Okay, but before doing that we should create a forms class. Okay, we should create a forms class to input the values into this name and email. Okay, so this name and email, what is the benefit of this? Because we do not use any SQL queries. There is no insert statement, there is no select statement, there is no update statement. Everything is done behind. Everything is done already for us from the framework. We have to use save, we have to use delete, we have to use update, we have to use create of the framework, and everything will be done automatically. This is the benefit of the framework. That is why we are using framework. And another thing is we have to create templates, and templates are HTML or front end, bootstrap, responsive design, user interface is separate from the coding interface. So we will not focus on the database queries are there. Okay, we use the functions, fast functions, for the fastest functions of this framework to get the records and to manipulate the records. Okay, we will use the functions, and we will concentrate more on the user interface, not on the database part. Okay, and this is, if we, modification is very easy because we are using classes. Everything is inside the classes, everything inside the modules. Okay, now this is a small project, we are not using any module. Okay, every file is a module. Okay, we will use module forms.py. Okay, and urls.py, those are modules. But modules means where we can import the other modules and we can use specific functions like that. Okay, so you should have one thing. If you want to develop websites in Django, then you must have object oriented concepts, strong object oriented concepts, otherwise this will not work for you. Okay, because these are classes, objects, this object, static methods, and these are, and database concept, primary and foreign keys. Okay, we have foreign key here, and we can database is hidden for us, database layer is hidden for us. Okay, and views layer is hidden for us also. So we will use base template, not in this, but we use the base template, and base template means we include the other templates into that template. Okay, there is a portion inside the body, and we use all the templates inside the base template. So we will use we will more concentrate more on our user interface and our business logic. Okay, so next we will see how to develop form. Now we develop a new file, forms.py. Okay, new file, forms.py, right? Forms.py, and we open this and we calls from Django import forms. Okay, import forms from models, import profile. Import profile. Then we will have form class profile form, and this will inherit from model form. Okay, and we have meta information. We have class meta, and here we have model is equal to profile. Okay, and we have fields is equal to, for example, we want to see name and we want to see email. Okay, so we have two fields. Okay, this is fields is equal to name and email. So this will create a class. Okay, and we save this. For the profile form, we will use this. Okay, in our code. Okay, now next is how to create function, a simple function. Okay, how to create a simple function where simple view. Okay, where index file will be loaded, where update cards will be updated, simple view for this simple view for to delete the record, to retrieve the record. Okay, to list the record, and we will make the templates, right? Now next we will see how to create view. Now we will create views. So there is inside the app there is views.py. Okay, and in the views.py we have render object. We have to import get object for 404. Okay, object or 404, get object or 404, and then we have HTTP response redirect. Okay, then from Django dot http import http response, then from dot forms, okay, import profile form, and from models dot models import profile. Okay, so this is the how we can use this. And now for the index, we should define a function index, simple index, and we will pass a parameter request, okay, http request. And this object, there is no context, okay, there is no dictionary object context, and we return render request we have students student slash index.html. okay, so let's see index.html. We will create index.html and we will have context. Okay, we will pass this context to render object. Okay, so this will create index, but we have to use our a file URLs file. Okay, so URLs is, let's see, new file. Inside the app we use urls.py. okay, and here we will define URLs. Okay, so we will use from URL, we import path from Django.urls import path. Okay, and from root import views. Okay, so there is an array URL patterns. Okay, URL patterns, and this array will hold the first parameter as path parameter, right? With the inside the path we have, if we have empty nothing, then we should have views dot index, and name should be index. Okay, so this is first path. Second path will be create view, third path will be update, delete. So these paths and URL patterns will be used. Now there is urls.py here. Okay, so you have to include that URL into this URL path. Okay, this URL path. So this is project level URL. So all the applications have URL paths, and you include the URLs, required URLs, into urls.py. Okay, so you have this we have to import include also, right? And now we want to we have path and we have student and we include the student dot URLs. Okay, student dot URLs. We will include student dot URLs into this project level. Okay, this for our app, this is one app, and there can be many apps. Okay, so every app has different URL pattern. Okay, so we will include for the student, we will have this. Okay, so for example, we have URLs. If we write student slash, this is okay, right? So we will write student slash and it will go to student.urls and see whether there is some URL or not. Okay, so save this all, and now we will see how to include other functions. First we test this. Now we will see how to create index.html, right? To create index.html, we have to create a new folder, and we will create this folder as profile and inside profile we have this another folder named student. Okay, and inside student we will create a new file inside student. So there may be many profiles, but this is student profile. So student profile is, for example, index.html, and we will write simple here, a href is equal to simple interface, href is equal to dot dot profile and create. Okay, and we will write add profile, add student. Okay, or add profile, and we have br and we have another a, href is equal to this back directory, and then profile we have list for listing, right? View all. Okay, so this is our simple index.html for this app. Okay, to create and to view, and from view we have update, we have delete, other functions. Okay, now we save this, and this is declared inside urls.py here, index. Okay, name is equal to index, views dot index, and in the forms, in the views, if you see views, so our first view is is index view, and it will go to student and index.html. Student and index.html. Now let's see how. Now we test this interface, right? Now we test our template, right? So we go here and write student, and this will show add student and view all. These are the two links given here. Okay, these are the two links in the index.html, and index.html is inside templates. Django will look at templates directory. So templates mean TEMPLATES, templates, right? And inside templates you have profile, and inside profile you have index.html and whatever. Okay, but there should be a templates directory, and all the templates should be there inside in the subdirectories. Okay, whatever the templates are, how many templates you can use, it is unlimited templates, right? Now this, so how it says this views.php, when you say this urls.php, it will go to the urls.py of project, and it says if this is student slash, then go to student.urls. Okay, and in the student.urls.py, we have, for the index view, we have index. Okay, we have index, and the views in the index function we have given index.html. That is inside templates directory. There is no need to mention templates. It means index.html means it is in the root of the templates. It is in the templates directory. There is no need to include templates. If you have subdirectory profile, then you should include profile/index.html. So this is how templating works. So this is index.html. We have to create other functions to view other functions, right? Now we create other functions. Now we create the create view. Okay, so we define a function create view request. Context is meaningful. Variable can be any, right? Form is equal to profile form. We have created class. Okay, and we have request dot post. This is capital, right? Or none, n capital. So this must be understood. Okay, so we have this. If form is valid, if form is valid, form dot save. Simple. Form dot save. Return http response redirect /list. Okay, so this will redirect to list. Okay, and else, and then context form is equal to form. Okay, and we return render the output. Create view.html. Create view.html, and we have context. Now create view.html, we will see create view.html, we will create inside templates. We have a new file, create view .html. Okay. Now in the create view we have a form. Okay, this is our CRS token for the security. Now this is the form. In this form we have ENC type, this is encrypt type. If we have images, if we have files, binary files, then we will use this. And CSRF means that if there are form submission from some other servers, from some hacker, then it will detect. Otherwise CSRF from this server is valid. Okay, so this is how CSRF and this work. And form.isp means it will get the fields from the database model and make the inputs, and those inputs will be shown to the user according to the type of the input. Okay, so now we test the database, test the system, right? We add the student and we add, for example, Kashif, and Kashif at gmail.com. We have not tested this system for duplication. Okay, so if we add this, then you see these records I have already, and last record is Kashif at gmail.com. We will update this and delete this. Okay, and in the add new we have another add new. Okay, so this time it is create, it is not working, but if we have because of the path. Now we have this last record, and if we go again back to the original create, if we have, for example, at hotmail.com, and we add it, then you see the last record. So this is how we add the record and display the record. Now to update and delete, we will use the same views as we did in with the list and create view. Okay, so let's do that. Now we write the update view. Okay, so go here, views.py, and now we have to define update view, and in the update view we need request and ID, both request and ID. Now let's see how we so we have update view, we have context is equal to empty, and obj is get object or 404. Okay, if there is no page, then 404 profile, and we have ID is equal to ID. Form is equal to profile form, request dot post or none, and we have instance is equal to obj, the object. Okay, the file. Now if form dot is valid, form dot save, return HTTP response redirect and we should have student and this time list. Okay, we should redirect to list the record after updation. Now context form1 is equal to form and return render request update view dot html. Update view dot context. Now we should create update view.html file. Okay, so we create update view.html, and update view.html is same as create view.html. Okay, so we should copy, or we can use this with the if condition. Okay, but there should be a separate update view, because if update is large, then there must be other file. So here we will use update. Okay, now we will save it. This means we post the data. So CSR RF means this form should not be hacked. Okay, and form as P means the database fields are there, and those fields will be part of this. There will be the input types, input boxes of the form. Okay, and that's it. I mean, this is update function, and it will pass an ID with the request. If you see, there is an ID in the view, so it will pass an ID. It will pass an ID with the request, this ID. Okay, this ID will be passed, and we set this ID, and we set this form is valid. If form is valid, then save it. Okay, and return to the list view. Okay, and then context form 1 is form 1, and this is form 1. We should use form 1 here. Okay, so this is important. This is form 1, not form. Okay, so this is update function, and we have to set for every function, we have to set urls dot update the urls dot py. Okay, so this is urls dot py for create. This is create view, and name is create. For list view, and for update, this is update view, and for the delete, this is delete view. Okay, now we have delete view. Okay, so let's see how delete view works. Okay, so in the delete we should have an ID, define delete view request ID, context is equal to then we have obj is equal to get object or 404. ID is equal to ID if request request dot method is equal to post, then obj dot delete method will be used, okay, and return HTTP response redirect. This is list, okay, and we have else return render request and delete view. .html and context. Now we will see how HTML template will work for the delete. Okay, so we create a new file, delete view dot html, delete view dot html. So in the delete view we have this percent scrf token, we have form method is equal to post, enc type is equal to multi-part form data, and we will have are you sure you want to delete it, what, then input type is equal to submit, value is equal to yes, DSP, and we have a href is equal to list dot student list dot html, okay, this is no. So this is simple form. For delete, okay, it will delete the record if press yes, otherwise it will no, then it will show the list. So this is models file. Model file. In the model file we have name and email stored, okay, and after that, after name and email, we have a string self.name, right? Self means this object of this class. Then we will set the application in the settings.py. This is students.apps.studentconfig, and if we see apps.py, we see student config here, and we should add that. After that we have added url.py, and this is all index create, this is URLs, and these URLs, this url.py file will be added to urls.py here. This file, URL patterns, student and student.urls. So every application has its own URLs, and after the URLs we have in the settings, we see this is our database is SQLite 3. This is SQLite 3, right? And because this is a small application, so we use this. And after that we created views in the views.py, and this is the views file. This is the views file, okay? Create view, list view, update view, and delete view. This is the list file, right? View file, and every view file is redirecting to some template. This is create view.html, list view.html. So I have created a student and templates. There is a template directory, and inside that template, templates, TEMPLATES, this should be the name, and inside that we have subdirectories, or we can create HTML over here, and you can see that this is create HTML, this is delete HTML, this is index.html, this is list view.html, this is update view.html. So these are the views, okay? Now for the migrations we use different commands in the terminal here, okay? And let's start creating the this project step by step, right? Okay. You must have object oriented concepts, strong object oriented concepts, to have this project understood. And after this you can use Python in web development very easily, and this is very popular network, Django, okay? Okay, thank you.